I have given you a new model. As I have done for you, you are to do for one another. You've heard me mention of this book that the mental health group have been reading, and now the men's group have been reading the book of Joy by the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. And it's a wonderful book, and it holds these 8 pillars that hold up what are the pillars to move to joy. The first pillar of the mind is that of perspective. I want to focus on that tonight, because perspective is what leads, in a sense, your whole viewpoint of life. Whatever your perspective is tends to be how you will see things. And how you will see things, well, that's going to determine how you experience them. It's relatively straightforward. It's not just what you see, but it's more how you see it, because of our own experience of human beings. I mean, just at a pure casual level, you're viewing the church from over here. That's quite different than over here, right? Very different. Like, I could move you around, but that's very different indeed. But here, how about this? How about Ellie? You normally sit back there. You're up here to get your feet washed tonight. Thank you. How about you come up here? I'm going to show you a different perspective. I want you to sit in the presider's seat. Wow. How does that feel? It's very different. You see everything, don't you? Now you know what I see. Everything. Look around. Everybody sees you, and you see everybody. Now here's what's interesting. All right, I won't humiliate you any further. That's all right. I think you like it. You want to say, okay, sorry. So here's the thing: is the perspective is very different. You all see us up here, but we see everything. We see when you go to the bathroom. We see when you go when you go out, when you come in late, and yes, we see when you leave early. You're surprised. I could tell you all right now. I won't do that, but I can tell who comes in this side door, who comes in that door, who comes in this door, who comes in that door and goes into the chapel thinking that we're not seeing them. See it all. But the point is when you're up here, you see a lot. But when you're down here, you certainly see. But that's not the perspective that Jesus is asking us to shift to. See, he's asking for a different perspective. He's asking us for this perspective. Down, lower, and lower, and lower. And when you're down here, you have a whole different perspective of the whole world. Everyone looks down on you. And it's a very different experience. When you're down on your knees, you're vulnerable. Especially when you're about to wash feet because someone can kick you in the head. I'm hoping that's not going to happen tonight. But the purpose of what the Lord is asking us to do, he's asked us to change our perspective. He wants us to look from the down up, not from the perch down. My friends, that takes a lot, because it's not what our society asks of us, wants from us. Our society tends to say the powerfuls are up here. The further you get up in the steps, the more powerful and the more perspective you have. Don't think that's what the Lord is asking for. The Lord's asking for us to get down on our knees and serve one another. See, that requires the second pillar that the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu talks about, humility. The humility to serve one another. Now, at least we think that we are doing a dramatization. We're not doing a reenactment. We're doing a symbolic gesture tonight to help us to view things differently, to take a different perspective. I know it's clumsy and it's awkward. I know some of you don't want to do it, never have, don't really want to have your feet washed. But it's not really what I want you to do. Is I want you to wash somebody else's feet, but you've got to have the experience of having your own feet washed and then to wash somebody else's feet. And it is vulnerable. When you're down there, you can get a kick in the head. But that's part of what we're trying to do, not get a kick in the head, but to actually have us understand what it means to serve from below. That's what we're called to do, my friends. The humility to get down on our knees. It's not comfortable, and it is not what society says. I get that. But what we do tonight is to restore the dignity of everyone. The broken, the wounded, the estranged, the people who feel least part of our church, people who struggle with mental illness or with family brokenness, people who struggle with all sorts of stuff, people who don't even feel part of our country. Doesn't matter. We're called to get down on our knees to change our perspective, to be humble, and to look at life a little differently. Why? Because we're called to a conversion of heart. This isn't some silly dramatization. This is the core of our faith, my friends. We're called to serve. So what we do here, we don't always understand, but it's meant to be a symbolic gesture to do out there. So as you come forward tonight, and you ponder, will you come forward? I ask you, please, everyone, come forward. We're going to have 6 stations. And we're going to ask you to come forward to wash each other, have your feet washed, and then to wash the other person's feet. But here's what we want to do after this. So we need to take this and live it in our own world. So the children present tonight, you all are served by your parents every day. What can you do, boys and girls, to get down and to serve your parents this weekend? What will that look like? Can you serve them by doing some small meal? Or at the very least, clean up after a meal? Do something that they have always done for you. The men here tonight, can we do something for our spouses, for our women? Because they're always doing it for us. Can we get down and do something for them? Something that they always do, and we've taken them for granted. Maybe too much so. For us who have grandparents, the gift of grandparents. And the burden I know that comes with that, with age. Can we do something special knowing that all their life they have served us? And now in their weakness of body and maybe of mind, they find it hard to receive. Because it's hard to have your feet washed. It's hard to let people serve you when you have been serving all your life. Can we do that gently and love them by whatever it is that they simply need? To gently caress their face, to gently hold them and hug them and tell them, it doesn't matter what you are now. I've always loved you and I always will. It doesn't matter that you need more now. You're mine and I am yours. Can we do that for them? My friends, tonight is about service. Can we find a way to serve some other people in our community who feel completely left out? Some neighbor who feels estranged, maybe have lost a spouse, there's nowhere else to go. They've turned out cranky and difficult because they don't know how to handle it. Can we love them where they're at and get down low and serve them and realize that this is a new perspective for us out of humility? My friends, we've been given a new model. It's an ancient model given from Christ, but it's new every year because guess what? We forget how to do it. We forget how to do it. So tonight, we ask you to get down on your knees on that very uncomfortable position and wash somebody else's feet. And let them wash your feet, equally as uncomfortable. I know it's hard. It's symbolic, but it's powerful reminder of what we're called to do out there. I've given you a new command. This is the one you're to follow. Do as I have done for you. Do as I have done for you.